saying is that because I don't understand what is inside your head.
Let me tell you. You say you want to know what's in my head. I'll tell you what's in my head. So that you can try and put inside this your own thick head too.
Is there a difference between rape and taking advantage of someone?
Don't fall in love out of your checklist.
You fear fall in love now. That's how you.
Do you understand?
The person you pick to fall in love with. That's how you be.
Do you understand? But for the mere fact that you can conceive in your head that this checklist, and then if you check it somehow, out of the 10 checklists, maybe the person must have ticked 7 or 6.
Anyway, all that one is by the way. What I was saying before. What I was saying before. Rape is different from taking advantage of somebody.
Well,
they are two different things. And the problem is, the thing is, people mistake taking advantage of for rape. I've said it. As long as there was no resistance, forget it. It is not rape. Know how you want to spin it. As long as there was no resistance. So you say...
Resistance as how?
Resistance as how?
Fighting, kicking back, pushing. As long as the
like
resistance is not there is no rape.
That's what he's looking at.
So all this one, no, he did this, he did that, he did that. There is no rape. It was just...
Okay, what of a girl, a 10-year-old girl, like I always give the example, a 10-year-old girl, the guy goes to meet her, buys her chicken, ice cream. If you want to be, do you like this thing? I'll continue buying this for you, understand? That's not rape. He's taking advantage of.
How is that rape? You to hear what you just said now. How is that rape?
It's not rape.
How is it rape?
You see, when you're talking of rape, the definition of rape is forceful penetration. It's very explicit. Forceful penetration. That is what rape is. So there's no two way about it. Where you're with someone, you want to have sex with the person, and then the person says no, and then you force yourself on that person. That is rape. Forceful penetration. It has the key word there. The key word is force. Where there is no force, you can't call it rape.
Well, see, let me tell you.
Are you as in?
How is it rape?
It's not. What is it?
No, tell me. He was buying ice cream for her, buying sweet.
Okay, you mean she gave her?
I don't mean like. I mean the very first
time
it happened.
Do you mean she gave her consent?
Are you saying we just ice cream?
I'm not saying she gave her consent.
There are even people that they didn't even give them anything. They would just tell them. They would threaten them. If you don't want me to kill your mom, I'm going to kill your mom. I'm going to kill your dad. I'm going to kill your sister.
That one is different now. That one
how is it different?
Even that one said it's not even rape.
What is it? Are you okay?
What's that?
What's that? What is it?
What's that? Because it's forceful. What's that?
How is it forceful? Oh, if you don't do it,
threatened me. Now you've applied force to it.
Go and report to police. Which one beyond this one?
A 10-year-old child should go and report to police.
So what is it? Tell me what it is.
A 10-year-old girl should go and report to police.
Why?
A 10-year-old girl.
She should go and report to her
No, but what is it?
She should go and report to her father that they said
that.
that the guy told her that if you ever see anything, I'm going to kill your father and your mother.
Please let me.
You are just what you are saying doesn't make sense. You don't even have a right. You don't have a right to see anything. You're a guy. You're a guy. You don't have the right to talk about what a woman feels.
Because I'm a guy.
You're a guy. That's the thing. You don't have the right to say that. Oh, it wasn't rape.
No,
you don't know. Just keep quiet. You are saying it wasn't rape.
If it was not rape, what was it?
It's not rape.
What
is
it?
He's taking advantage.
He's taking advantage. It is rape. It's not like he's taking advantage. It's just a loose word.
When you made the move, the girl say, okay, fine, I want run and forget your pancake and donut and all that.
If she not fight the guy, she has. It's more or less like you saying
But
yes.
what if she said no? Please, can you stop it? And then you persisted
You
and
still
persisted.
continue. What
and you
happened?
still did it.
Oh.
If she was struggling, then that's rape.
So she
But
was
if she knows,
strong.
you
So
must
if she doesn't do
struggle.
this,
You
she
must
must
struggle.
Before it is rape.
Yes,
Please look for it. Look for it
Shay,
in the
rape is
dictionary
the
that
absence
says
of
that you must
consent.
What are you
struggle.
saying now?
You must struggle.
what's
Are
the-
you
what's the
okay?
dictionary?
I'm not saying a lady cannot fight a guy off, but I'm saying the way Shay put it is that, you know, if the girl does not fight the guy, that means it's not rape. That was how he put it, that the girl, there must be a sort of resistance. Of course, there are people that when they were immediately the guy comes to them and tells them, understand, of course, he's already tearing her clothes and this thing, and then she just feel like maybe it's a deserted place and she knows that there's nothing that can happen, and then she just leaves herself, you understand, and then let the guy just have his way so that she can just go with. So because what he is saying is that if the girl does not resist, that means it's not rape. That to me is not true. Because how are you even going to prove resistance if let's assume they're in court? Are you going to be there with a camera or with a YouTube picture to prove that there was a form of resistance? You can only say with a word of mouth that I tried to fend him off. You understand? I tried to push him off me, but he still forced himself on me.
You can't
Okay, they
force-
put that
It has to
there
do
must
with
be strong
force.
They
It's a
must
penetration.
struggle.
Forceful penetration.
Yes,
Even if you go
forceful.
to court,
Let me-
self,
let me-
you
10-year-old
must
girl,
prove
so
that
you
there's
want to tell me that it was she just opened her mouth that I enjoy this, a 10-year-old child. Are you okay?
Now you are coming down to what I'm
No,
saying.
you're
I'm not
not
coming
going
down
far.
to
You're saying
I'm
you're
honest
talking
with
about
what
defilement.
I'm not coming down to
Let's
what
even
I'm
talk
saying.
Defilement
let's even
self.
talk about, say, a 20-year-old child.
A
that is
20-year-old child and 80-year-old
Even
woman.
And she's
21,
saying
yeah,
no.
21. Let's
And
start with
she's- and
21.
she's saying no.
Okay, so she's now.
You're not
She's saying no.
She's saying
And
no.
at the end of
Can
the
you
day,
stop it?
at the end of the day, she succumbed.
And you're saying it to be
You're not
easy.
saying
It
it's
to be
rape.
easy now.
It's not rape
Do you
now.
understand? Before you know, you
standing there,
don't
she's
push her
so
hand one side. You
Yeah.
don't, and then
Push her hand one side.
yes,
Eh?
no.
Did she
So
fight him
what
off?
if she couldn't overpower you?
That one is different. Now that one is different. That one you can establish that she had put up a resistance.
Rape
Where there
is-
is no resistance, it's not rape. Forget
Rape
it.
is the absence
That
of-
person just took advantage.
Rape is the absence of consent. Rape is penetration without the consent of the woman. I'll say it, whether you choose to call it forceful penetration or penetration without consent. They are both rape, because once you do not elicit the consent of the woman, that means you're forcefully finding your way. If you look at it, maybe it's where
If you
this-
dey- if you-
Don't
if-
mind
if-
him.
if-
He's
if-
not
if you
giving.
dey-
He's
if you dey
saying
with
it's
babe-
not
if you dey
rape.
with babe,
He's take
let's be
advantage
truthful.
of.
Calm down. Let's be
Which
truthful.
one is take
When you dey
advantage
with-
of? Where
when
did
you
that
dey
word
with
even
babe,
come
calm
from?
down now. You too
Where
dey
did that-
talk. You too dey
where-
talk. And you no go hear. Now when you dey with babe, the first time if you dey bed with babe, correct babe, when you dey touch am, what will she first tell
I
you?
know they pounce on them. At the first
No,
wash am.
calm down now.
At the first
Nobody-
wash am.
I said wetin she go tell you first.
At the
thing
first-
What kind of
She-
babes are you meeting?
She no go first tell you say no.
No, I
It's
dey
a
calm
lie.
down.
It's a lie. Anyone that wants to do will
It's
do.
a-
Which
it's
one is
true.
this?
Yes,
This
I
thing?
know.
What kind of girls are you meeting?
Your man talks-
What kind of girls are you? Any boy that wants to do, we do. Which
See,
one is
Shay,
it? You first say no.
Sex with
You want say
consent.
no, and then
Sex
she
with
not.
consent na cajoling now.
See.
Sometimes if you just take her and then you freestyle, and then you dey enter body small small.
You dey enter body small small. And that's why you enter body small small for this
Na
one too
lie,
now.
no, na lie. Take it easy, we'll be done now. Calm down,
Now
we'll
so
be
you
done
enter
now.
body. But
Then
what
boom.
I'm saying in essence is this,
It's hot.
where there is no resistance. What? Somebody did not put up resistance, and you're saying it's rape.
Wait, let me tell you
How
something.
now?
How you?
Let's-
How will you?
let's-
even know if
let's
the
see.
person put up resistance or not?
Wait, sorry. You know that
Yeah, what
one
you're
thing
saying
that we
does not even make
one
any
thing that we
sense.
should know is this. Some things-
How many
when-
girls
when
can
you- when you
resist
tag-
somebody that has
when you
pinned
tag
them
something
down?
that's
That's the
rape,
question
no,
you start asking.
I was reading
Are you
something.
are
I was
you
reading about,
are they Yokozuna girls? You understand?
Heavyweight.
Do you
What I'm
get?
trying to say now, Shay, listen. You know, some things that come with this rape incidents. When the act took place, what are the aftermaths of everything that you did to that girl?
Is it
Most of-
subtlety?
Yeah.
Is it
Is
that
she feeling
she's feeling
cool?
bad?
Is she feeling bad?
She's-
One of the things that they feel is that they feel rejected.
Yeah, of
Most
course.
of them withdraw into their shells.
Shells, yeah.
All of these things that happen to
And it's true,
someone
especially
that
when-
goes through
when she doesn't
rape
want it.
incident. That is what happens to some of those girls.
Just the same way you disvirgin a babe.
Haven't you seen a baby that's
Just the
just
same way you disvirgin a babe. That's how she will feel.
But
at
me
first.
that not
that
disvirgin
will-
a babe,
that will
how
feel
do I
good
know
that you
this?
That
disvirgin
is the
her.
same
If she
way.
loves you,
The time say me I don't disvirgin a
When
babe.
I get
Why are this thing you are saying that? I don't understand. That's why he's saying that if you are with a girl, the girl will say no.
No, for
What
what?
kind of girls are you? If that means you're being forceful, why should you be with someone that doesn't want to be with you?
Yeah,
If you want to have sex,
No.
if a girl wants to have sex, why would you come and say no? I don't want to.
Of course.
Why you?
Wait, so
If I want to have sex with you,
there's nothing like cajoling.
But the cajoling
So
is
what?
from the
Which one is
dating
no?
and all everything.
Why you say?
Honestly speaking, Sheyi is high upstairs. Do you understand? It's not okay in the head because I feel like if a girl and a guy are together, they are in a whatever. If a girl wants to have sex with a guy, there's no reason for you to come and be doing, oh, I don't want to, you understand? I feel if you people want to have sex together, you get on with it and you do it and you guys leave. There's no, I don't even know what he said. I think he put in a word like, cajoling or something. If a girl wants to have sex with a guy, there's no cajoling, there's no, no, I don't want to. What are you trying to prove? If you want to have sex, you have sex and you get it done with, get it over with.
One time thing. How many girls have one time sex? They are not so much.
Wait.
Part of
You
the
never
Right.
date with babe. Where we say you go first tell them, you go say no, not today.
But wait,
not
I want to
today,
go back
not
to that.
today. And at the end
That
of the
thing
day,
that you
it will
said.
still happen.
You said when
Not
you
today,
when
that
you
means no.
Shay,
no,
wait,
not
you
today,
said when you
not
break a
today,
woman's
no
virginity.
means
So if at the
Shay!
end of the day, you after much persuasion from you, she can't agree. Now rape.
that's if she agree.
Now rape. Eh?
But this one
She
they
agree
talk say
now.
she no
No,
agree.
okay. If after everything, no,
Sheyi,
agree must not be expressed now.
wait, so what you are saying is
That
that
she agreed must not be expressed now.
okay, so
Come on. Bright and Korede is saying that if a girl wants to sleep with you, she will tell you in this day and age, haba now. We all know if you want to get down with a babe, for example, you guys are in a room, you guys are getting cozy, and all that. She will first of all form now that no, I don't want to. You are the one that some cajoling will come in, this thing. Or what they are trying to say now is that you and the babe are just in the room and immediately you just tell her, and she too, she's ha. It's not immediate. No girl will just lie down flat when she's not a robot. There has to be some, cajoling, convincing, compelling. I'm not saying physical compelling, although sometimes physicality might come into it, you understand? In terms of you holding her, romancing and all that. But no girl will just be in your room and then she will not tell you, okay, yeah, let's do it. Where is that done?
what you are saying is that because I don't understand what is inside your head. What you are saying is that when a guy goes to meet a 10-year-old guy, even 15-year-old, you understand, because she's still underage. A 15-year-old girl is still underage. Goes to meet a 15-year-old girl, and then she goes to meet, he tells her that or he even rapes her. You understand? Like, okay, we are trying to define rape, so don't let me use the word yet. Goes to meet her and tell her that, see, come. Maybe starts by pulling her skirt and everything. Come here.
Even touching her without her consent.
Touching her without her consent. Then she was like, why
no
you touch your
establishment
like,
of anything.
If you utter anything, I'm going to kill you. I'm going to kill your brother. He threatens her. And then she was like, okay, let me just let him do whatever he wants to do.
Or do
what you are trying to tell me that one now is not rape.
Or do as I say for everybody to fight.
What is it?
Korede.
What is it? I'm asking a question.
At best,
That's what?
Intimidation.
At best,
That's
it's sexual assault. At best,
Hey,
that's
God,
sexual
which
assault.
I said
It's
sexual
not rape.
assault is
See,
Shay,
let me tell you something.
Let me
From
say
the
something.
legal point of view.
Nobody's talking about the legal point of view.
We have to talk about it.
Nobody's talking
From
about
the
the
legal
legal.
point of view.
Okay.
Let me tell you. You say you want to know what's in my head. I'll tell you what's in my head. So that you can try and put inside this your own thick head too. From the legal point of view, the real definition of rape.
Is what?
When you're talking of rape,
Is what?
rape means forceful penetration.
Okay.
In law, there is what we call actus reus and mens rea. The actus reus is the actual act, what you did. The mens rea is the reason why you did what you did.
Okay.
Does the layman know all these things?
No, that's why I meant.
Nobody is saying it to the
That's why I
audience.
just
Just say
explained it.
menstrual. This is
That's why I just explained
No,
it.
let me. I'm the layman here. Let me hear
Everybody
it.
this thing.
I'm not done, but let me
What's
get what you're saying.
menstrual? Wait,
Just
what's
explain it.
menstrual?
Did you
What's
understand what I
menstrual?
said?
He said
Menstrual
that-
is
no,
the act
wait.
itself.
He said one is
No, I'm asking her. Don't
no.
this thing.
Yes,
What?
the
Okay.
actual
Does
act.
all this
Oh, yeah, wait.
Wait,
victim
now,
know
the
menstrual?
actual act and then the reason behind
reason
what
behind
you're
it.
doing.
So, yes,
So
now.
that's
Now, let me tell you something.
Okay, now
When you
here's
go-
the reason behind you doing it. The reason behind you doing it is to have your way without her consent.
Is that rape?
Is that not Chineke God?
I don't understand this guy.
How
He
else
says
do you
no.
want to? I just said it that if you want to have your way with a woman, like sleep with her, and she doesn't allow you, right? Or she doesn't want it, you know? She didn't give her consent. So you doing that by any other means is rape, because no is no, right? So if you try to lace your request with intimidation, with fear, with any other circumstance that doesn't even see her say, okay, shall we? I mean, come on, it's rape, for crying out loud. Because in the end, the victim feels traumatized. That is the end result of rape, you know?
For me, to me, I think that rape is supposed to be a forceful penetration or lack of consent. That's what I feel rape is, actually.
The thing is, what is he even saying? He's saying taking advantage of. Where did that word even come from? Where did that word come from?
Oh, so
that's like a loose word.
How is
That's
it
like a loose word.
How is it loose?
It's a loose word.
It's a loose word. It's not. You can't tell me that. It's just like saying it's a
Menstrual
loose
is motive.
word. If you say rape, if you say sexual assault,
Let me
I
even
say yes. But you're saying
saying he said mens rea and actus reus. I mean, actus reus is the action. Mens rea is the motive.
intention.
The intention. Now, a girl that for the first time she came to you, you guys have never had any history of any form of amorous discussion, either by chat or by phone call. She doesn't see you in that way. Do you understand? And then all of a sudden, as in opportunity brings both of you in a particular situation, and all of a sudden you begin to make advances, right? Make advances, and you let me know. I don't want to use the word overpower. Like you're touching her. Sir, I respect you a lot. Can you stop? All this kind of stuff. And the guy is, as you're saying, can you stop? The guy is pinning your hand. This will just take a few minutes. You understand? Before you know, it's not you that removed your panties, He's the one that removed it for you.
He's taking.
And you are still looking.
He's saying,
Just
The guy is still looking.
look at this guy.
Guy is
As
still
in-
as in
looking.
what you are saying, he doesn't even
How many
make
people are in
sense.
those fortunate?
What you are saying.
I want you to get this straight, and I want everybody to get this straight. I'm not saying rape is good. I'm not saying taking advantage of someone is good. They are both wrong. If you rape someone I know, I'll kill you. If you take advantage of someone I know, I'll equally kill you. In fact, you won't escape it. You understand? But what I'm saying is that there is a misconception among so many of us as to what amounts to rape. What I'm just saying is both are wrong. Both rape and taking advantage of. Both are wrong. But what I'm saying is that we shouldn't take every case of someone taking advantage of someone, we shouldn't translate it to being rape. Rape is a very serious offense. You understand? You can't just say, oh, because someone did something, you now say the person raped the person. You must be able to prove that, in fact, you didn't want it and you put up a fight, you put up restriction. That is when you can say there is rape. That's all what I'm saying. I'm not saying taking advantage of someone is good. I'm just saying that when someone takes advantage of someone, it does not amount to rape. That's all I'm saying.
How many people are in those fortunate?
What you're saying
How many
doesn't
people are in
make
those
sense.
fortunate
Can I say
situations?
See,
something?
let me tell you
Trying to
something.
be-
There's some facts that we should know about rape itself.
So now I'm
Something
trying
that
to
we
establish
should know,
motive.
yes,
Oh.
what's that?
Now for the fact that you're the one enjoying her pants even without she, have you not had a woman? She's the one that, oh, I want to have this. I mean,
You understand what I'm saying? They are saying
Do you
that
understand?
when
And then-
when a girl says no,
And who
that
told you
means he's
that?
taking
And
advantage.
how would you say?
I don't understand.
How would you know?
How do they even call it bad?
Why will I feel
What
bad?
Why
does
would
it
I feel
take?
bad if I want to have sex with you?
Can I-
Why would I feel bad if I want to have
Can
sex
I-
with you and
what
then
does
we
it take
actually
to
have
rip off a
sex?
pant?
Why will I
What?
feel bad?
What does it take?
That is why he said there is a difference.
What does it take to rip off a
between
pant?
rape
Either by
and taking
tearing or
advantage
removing
of.
it.
Now let me give you two scenarios now. A guy, okay, let's even take this this trending topic now. This Busola Koza Gate issue now, for example now.
Koza Gate.
It's
Call it
Koza
Koza now, Koza Gate now. Okay, now this is someone that, for example, now she was 16. We all know that most 16 girls are gullible. You understand? Now he comes to meet her and he just
Anointing. He has anointing over her.
My grace to cover her.
Allegedly,
Grace.
allegedly.
He's seeing himself as David of the
Now,
Bible.
allegedly.
Sin and God will let
allegedly,
go.
he shoves her somewhere and tells her, okay, don't struggle, don't do anything, and you'll be fine. And according to her, she did not struggle. That is not rape. Now, no, calm down. That's not rape. Now look at my own scenario, my own definition of rape. Now, you come in, the same guy, the same babe comes in, shoves her. Oh, sir, what are you doing? Shut up. He holds her.
See,
what are you doing? Leave me alone. He's still holding her. He's still pinning her down. She's still trying to fight him off. And he has his way. That is rape.
That is not.
That is rape.
So when you go to court, because now you're bringing the mess and the accusation. Listen, when you go to court, and then the judge will go and will be asking you. So he's going to be asking a 15-year-old child, did you struggle? How did you struggle? Did you kick him in his eyes?
Or did you hit his balls?
Did you hit his balls?
Did you
understand?
hold on to your pants?
Do you understand? He's going to be asking a 15-year-old child that.
You're a lawyer. It's not the judge
Or
that will ask you that question.
the lawyer will be asking that
The
question.
judge, sorry, prosecutor.
Some
That is
judges
wrong.
ask.
Even the judges, exactly what judges ask.
Especially when
That is
the
one. See, that is one. Now let me
what
tell
do
you
call it?
something.
The victim
When
is
it
not-
comes to proving rape in court, what the prosecution must prove beyond reasonable doubt is that there was indeed resistance.
Okay.
Because if there's no resistance, it means you consented
So
to it.
are you saying?
What are you saying?
You consented to it.
If there's no
Okay.
resistance,
So they
then
How are they
there
going
was
to show?
consent.
No, wait, let me
No.
ask him. Is he want to? How are they going to prove the resistance?
Resistance. Let's say.
By you saying you struggled, I hit him.
I can lie.
I
I
tried
can
to
lie.
hit him.
I can lie. I can lie.
That means you can
You
go
lied
for
and what?
Please, can I can
you?
Which I said of going
It's not
He's
lying.
going to. How are
I
they
hit
going to?
him. Oh, I beat him on his
She
neck.
hit
You can
you.
see the mark on his
She
neck.
hit you.
What if she didn't bite him on his neck?
And she would have done another thing.
She would have
Hey,
done.
God.
Oh,
She
so
would have done
what
another
you're
thing.
trying to tell me
I
that?
tried to push him away. I tried to run away. I
What
couldn't
you're
run.
saying doesn't
This
fly.
is
It
what
doesn't
they
fly.
call
No,
resistance.
Pin again,
no, it
pin
doesn't
again,
fly.
this so
One
far
thing we should
now.
know
Or
about rape is
a
that-
relatively long suffer. And you are saying she should fight.
She's
and
saying this
come
thing.
on, she, as in you're saying that the
That
resistance.
she's going to bite
as
him
in,
on.
so
She's going to
that
bite
means you can
him
go for that
on
to say
his neck.
in the middle of resistance there must be mark abi on the
On the
assaulter.
neck,
Do
right?
you understand? That's what you would say if you're saying the victim must.
So
prove
what you are
resistance.
saying that if they
Then,
don't have any
because
mark
resistance
on
is
the
not- Chill.
man,
Can
that
you-
means he can't be
can't
charged.
you-
It's
Wait,
not
He
matter
can't be
of-
convicted.
it's not
Because that's what
matter
you're
of
saying
marks.
now.
It's not matter of marks.
Come
See,
for listen
See,
now.
wait,
stop-
let me-
What you are saying?
stop-
Excuse
stop
me.
picking words from
See.
from the whole thing I said.
Okay.
I
I've
said
not
that,
even finished
see,
my point.
One of the
Let me finish
oh,
my
yeah,
point.
finish.
You're saying that the victim must prove resistance. Okay,
Prove
resistance
resistance,
could be just mere pushing.
Exactly.
And then where is the mark? What if the assault, the person making the assault, or the criminal or the suspect, what if the suspect denies that there is no resistance? So that means you're giving the rapist a Herculean task, saying that you will prove resistance, and you can say the person must have a bottle mark to show that you
To
really
show.
resist.
How?
Must have a bite.
That's what you said. That's what you
Do you
said.
understand?
Hey,
Must
there
have
must
a
be
bite.
resistance. That's what you said.
what I'm
You
saying.
said.
Must have a
You
bruise.
said the
See,
prosecutor
must
must
have a
prove
let me
bruise
tell
at
you
the
because
time.
that.
See, let me tell you something. What I'm saying in essence is this. Listen to me. Get my point very well. I'm not supporting rape. I'm not supporting taking
No one
advantage.
is saying you're
What I'm
supporting.
saying
You're
is
saying
this.
it's different.
Look, what I'm saying that, for example, this Busola Koza Gates now. What I'm saying it's not rape.
It's rape.
I'm saying it's not rape.
It's rape.
Okay, now.
Oh, but na
Alleged.
rape, oh.
What I'm saying allegedly.
In fact, for the matter
allegedly,
fact, say the
allegedly.
thing don dey serious now. Na him do am.
Now you sabi
No
that.
be
But anyway, what I'm saying is,
just there's a part. Busola Koza case. Well, from her account, it's the rape, and who am I to begin to say it's not, right? I mean, she's the victim. She know what she felt. You know, she know what fear came over her. She know the scenario that played out that made the perpetrator had his way, right? I mean, perpetrator being Biodun, right? So, I mean, it's rape, and she rightly said that she didn't want it, right? He had his way without her consent. He pushed her, on the couch. So, I mean, for the mere fact that she didn't even want it and she didn't say that she wanted it, and even the slightest of resistance, still resistance.
what I'm saying is not rape. See, if you want to prove rape, you would have already you would state your line of events in the court.
Yeah.
Oh, this is what happened.
We
Oh,
all
he
know
pushed-
that
eh,
because
no.
we know
Yeah,
that
I'm
the
trying-
burden is even
I'm-
on the prosecutor to prove.
to prove. That's what I'm
prove it.
saying.
But you're not
no,
coming
chill,
to
let
tell
finish.
me.
Let me finish.
Oh, yeah.
What I'm trying to say now, the prosecution now has to prove that there was indeed, first, there was no consent. Second, there was a restriction to show that indeed this person didn't consent to it. Now, when you're proving restriction, that's when you now have to now talk of, oh, he pushed me. I said, no, don't do it. He said, shut up. I tried fighting my way off him. He pinned me down. I was struggling. I was grunting. I was trying to move away. I couldn't do anything. I tried to push him off. I still couldn't push him.
Let me interject. 15-year-old child.
Girl,
Let me put something in there.
A 15-year-old child will say, I didn't like it. I was trying to move away from his grip. But I couldn't. He was so strong and he had his way. That is rape. Not when you now come and tell me that he pushed you. No, not when you calm down now. Not when you now come and tell woman. Calm down. Not when you now come and tell me that somebody pushed you on the couch and he said, don't talk, don't do anything, and you'll be fine. And you now kept quiet and you did like this. You are not happy, but you did like this.
Wait.
How will you tell me that's rape?
What
are you saying now?
You see, the Koza Busola Gate case, from what Busola said allegedly happened, allegedly. Now, I'm using that word allegedly because it hasn't been proved that it's true yet, because I'm not the type of person who will just make a judgment almost immediately without hearing both sides. But from her account, from what she said happened, to me, it doesn't amount to rape, because she said that he came into the house, he pushed her on the chair, and then all of a sudden, he told her, keep quiet and everything will be fine. And then he had his way with her. She never said she struggled. She never said she told him to stop. She never said she put up a resistance. So when you didn't do all this, how do you call it rape? To me, I feel that he took advantage of her. She was 16. He took advantage of her gullibility. Basically, that was just what happened.
Shut up.
That one is, he took advantage of the situation that she was gullible.
Okay, wait.
Simple.
You know that most rape cases, Jay, one thing about most rape cases is that it happens with people that you trust. Do you understand? For instance, it could be an uncle or someone in the family that you trust. It could be a guardian. Now, this person, you have given that person a level of respect. Do you understand? That I'm coming back to what you just said, that the person was gullible. Now, he says I should stay here. And I'm staying there because he asked me to. Don't forget that I'm afraid of the fact that I respect that person. That is rape.
That's not rape. That person took advantage of the fact that you respect him. It's not rape.
So what's
that's what I'm saying.
Without my consent, and you're coming on me. Without me saying, okay, daddy, come in. Did I say daddy, come in?
Why did she say, no, I don't want?
Well, the Busola Koza Gates issue, assuming it's true, let's say what she said is the right thing, if proven, I think it's rape, because she did not give her consent from her story. From what she said she opened the door, if it's true, and the said man had to come in, pushed her on the couch, and in he went, So that's not like they were in a relationship or something. They had nothing before that time. He just came in and pounced on her like what I call it, what do we call it now? Someone pouncing on a prey, you understand? And entered and devoured whatever he wanted to. So, some concerned, that is rape, if proven to be true.
You respected him. He took advantage of it.
I thought you said.
He
took advantage of this thing. You think she wouldn't have said, I don't want.
Busola didn't say she said no. Did she say that?
She said she struggled. She
said she wanted.
She didn't say no. She didn't say no.
She said what?
She just shut up. She resisted.
What are you saying?
I begin to believe you are one of those.
It's just like there was another.
Yeah.
I think I found that.
No, it doesn't. Honestly speaking, it doesn't even make any sense because they're just arguing blindly.
You're arguing
blindly. That's the thing.
I'm not saying
Nobody said what you did.
I'm not saying what you did was right. But what I'm saying,
I don't know what I'm saying.
Exactly. But
I'm not saying this. I'm not saying
that.
that.
What I'm saying is that what she allegedly said happened does not amount to rape. That's what I'm saying. It doesn't amount to rape. There was this other case of a boss in an office.
My law is rusty right now.
There was this other case of a boss in an office now. He called the secretary in and he said, oh, okay, I like you. The secretary was saying, no, I can't do it. And then he called her and said, come, if I don't have my way, I'm going to sack you.
Okay.
Remember,
and he was touching her, I'm going to sack you, this. And she didn't put up any resistance. Why? Because she didn't want to be sacked.
Jesus.
And he made his way. Now, would that secretary now go out and say, oh, he raped me? He didn't rape her now.
So what did he do?
That
Yes, she was not happy. She's not
Let
happy
me
that
tell you
she's not
something.
happy that she gave
That-
him. But she's not. But
that
she's not raped.
situation is different from this
I
one.
see different.
Whoa, oh,
I see different.
did he threaten her that, oh, you're going to lose your job?
That's what he said. He said you lose your job if you don't allow me to have my way with you.
I
I'm
said
telling
the
you.
situation, the scenario you just cited now is different from this Busola.
How is
This
it
thing.
different?
Oh, okay. He threatened her that he's going to, the 16-year-old child is going to lose her job, right?
No, Shebi,
He said
you were bringing
that-
up something.
that-
You
that-
were saying
he
there's
said-
fear now.
he said
You
so- yeah,
said
there's an
there's
element of fear
You said
now.
there's fear.
Exactly.
He
Even
said
fear.
on to there's
He
fear of
said-
her losing her job.
Now, the
That
second
one is
time,
different. Let me tell
she-
you
the
something.
second
different
time,
job.
Ah, it's
he
different.
said-
That's
you
what
don't
I'm
know that
saying.
nobody
What
likes
you're
you.
saying does not even make any sense. You're
different.
saying
Go ahead,
that.
He also
go ahead,
threatened
the
that.
second time, he
He's saying
said,
that.
don't
Nobody
you
hides
know?
from
me.
Don't you know that
Nobody hides from
nobody
me.
hides from you or nobody avoids you?
Who
Nobody,
said
he
so?
said you don't know that nobody says no. to
Nobody.
you.
Okay,
Nobody
so
says no to
nobody
me.
says no.
Ah,
to
you
What
be the
is
first
that?
person to
Say
say
no
no.
for
now.
me.
Be the first person to say no now. The whole essence of why I even brought up this boss
In a
issue
place
now
where you
is
can
this.
overpower
the boss,
you, be the
the
first
boss
person.
issue is this. He didn't force her. Okay, if I don't have my way, you go, you lose your job. And he was touching her and he was doing it. And the story was online very well. And he was touching her doing this.
Okay,
and
now-
he had his way. Later, she now wanted to say, oh, he raped me.
Now
because I didn't give my consent.
now that
I'm
somebody
not-
else has
what
come
will you say
out,
that?
what are you now saying?
Exactly.
What that somebody now that
No, I
some
don't even think it's the same.
beyond
This one is citing
this
the
is a boss.
Yeah?
In
No,
the
I'm
sense,
talking of the I'm
boss.
talking of the boss
It's someone
example.
else.
See,
The
there are
second
so-
one too
there are
is
so many.
same
You see, there are so
So
many
many rape
cases.
cases.
You see the thing.
Don't mind you.
I understand the fact that it can be very very
He
traumatic.
said you're going to
for
you're
a
going
lady.
to prove you're going
See,
to prove
I
that
understand the
there
fact
was
that, see,
resistance.
And then
So
parents now ask
the
now.
prosecutor is going
Parents say you should
to
keep quiet. Don't spoil their family names.
What did you say?
I said, first of all, the person is going through emotional trauma. Then your parents now say, please keep quiet. Don't put our family name. You have to be silent. That's where one of the things that someone that goes through rape, that has been raped before.
That's what I'm saying. See, you are just making my.
And
That's
I
what
say
I'm
that.
saying. There is a misconception as to what amounts to rape. It's a misconception.
But someone that goes through all
Misconception
of
of
this.
rape.
misconception
Someone
between
that
what
goes
and
through
what?
Misconception
Misconception
Because they
between
took
what and
advantage. That's
what?
what I'm
Emotional
saying.
trauma.
It's a misconception.
No, someone that now goes through maybe from what that boss did to her. She went through emotional trauma, and that's not rape.
She went through emotional trauma.
Emotional trauma.
How is it rape? Did the guy force her? It's not rape now.
So what's that?
He took advantage of her. It's not rape. See,
When I say that someone goes through emotional trauma and that makes it rape, that's because if I want to have sex with you, for instance, I've given my consent. It's a consensual thing. I don't have to go into a trauma because I now had that sex that I permitted you to have with me or that I enjoyed having with you. You understand? What makes it rape is that I did not want it. You forced yourself on me. Do you understand? And all of whatever happened at that time, some things can come with rape. Some persons are beaten up. Some persons are threatened. Those things begin to play out in the person's mindset and the person goes into trauma. So if I have a sexual whatever and I go into trauma, of course I'm concerned. Traumatization is one of the things that comes with rape.
that's the thing. That's not attached sentiment to this.
Okay.
I'm not saying it's right. What I'm saying is, what happened? The boss instance saying, oh, if I don't have my way, you're going to lose your job. It's not rape. He took advantage of the situation that he's the boss.
Yeah, that's not rape.
He took advantage of the situation
That one
that
is
he
that's
has
why I
the
said that
power
that scenario
to
is
sack
Was she
different.
traumatized?
That's why I said
Was she traumatized?
Yes, of course,
He-
definitely.
he-
She'll
sexual
be
assault
traumatized
to
now.
me is
Of course,
like
definitely she'll be
it's
traumatized. She'll
molestation.
feel bad.
Okay.
Because why? One, she didn't give her consent. Two, she probably did not even
But we
want it
said
to happen.
rape is lack of consent.
No,
what
that's
I'm
what
Rape
people
is
say.
lack
I
of
said,
consent,
I'm
too.
saying rape is not just
As far
lack
as
of
I know,
consent.
they're only using
It has
Webster
to do
dictionary.
with forceful
And,
penetration.
and
And
rape is
there
not-
must have been an overpowering of restriction. That is rape. That is rape,
There
purely.
must be a what?
Overpowering
Of-
of restriction.
of resistance.
The victim tried to
No,
resist
no,
it, and then she couldn't. The
Okay,
person
so-
was able to overpower.
So how
That
can
Okay,
is
so
rape.
what you are trying to tell me that if the prosecutor cannot prove that there
So
was
that's
mark
it.
If you cannot prove
on
the
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 guy,
rapist,
yes.
the
Yes.
rapist,
if you cannot prove that
The
there's a mark
rapist.
on the guy's body,
No, not
are
mark,
you
not
okay?
mark, not mark. If you cannot prove that there was a restriction on the part of the victim, it's not rape.
Resistance.
Yes, resistance is not rape.
Before you know. don't run
Intimidation is not an element to prove rape.
out. You know that one.
It's not an element to prove rape.
See,
Okay,
see,
yes.
But when I see the office
calm
of this
down.
person that wants to rape me, for instance, maybe let's say this person is my, well, let's say, I don't want to use big brother. Maybe like my spiritual father.
Uh-huh.
And then you come and you... Do I know if you want to do spiritual cleansing? Do I know that I want to do... Do I know if it's spiritual
If
cleansing?
he tells you that it's spiritual cleansing he wants to do,
and
and you are gullible enough to open your leg,
Yes.
you can't go and blame him that he raped you.
What he did to me there was he intimidated me. That's what he did. He tried to make me fearful. And then he did what he did.
Yes, I'm not doubting
Did I
that.
give my consent?
You didn't give your consent.
Okay.
Yes,
Shay,
you didn't give your consent.
Okay, what you are saying,
And what I'm telling
taking
you
advantage
is
of
that does not
rape.
amount to rape.
They
What I'm
are two
saying.
different things. But if you need to cite a scenario, okay, this one is it rape? We say yes. But you can't say in this instance of relating to maybe he went to meet a girl and then he told her in her house or anywhere this thing, and then he threatens her and then
And he says,
and then say, I'm going to kill you. I'm
we'll all
going
be
to
fine if you
understand.
do. Not even I am going
It's
to
not
kill you.
rape.
See,
That is
we'll all be
different.
fine if you do
What
what I
have I been saying since?
That's different.
We'll all be fine if you do what I say.
You just chosen not to
You
just
brought up threats to life.
Threat in rape. I'd say yes and no. Yes, in the sense that when you're talking of threat, the person can pull out a knife. You understand? The person will pull out a knife at you and say, "Come, if you don't cooperate, I'm going to stab you right now. I'm going to kill you." You understand? Now that is good enough threat to say that, okay, yes, this person would have put up a restriction, but for the presence of a weapon, she couldn't put up that resistance. So I'd say yes, okay, to a certain extent, threat can be an element in rape. Now, on the other side, where someone just comes up to you, he pushes you, you say, what do you want to do? And the person say, I will kill you. He's not holding anything. Or I will kill your father, I will kill your mother, like Korede and Co were saying. And you reasonably know that this person can't do any such. And you are not telling me, oh, because of that threat, you put yourself, how about, come on now. That does not amount to rape. It can't fly. Can't fly.
I don't know people that say that.
Why
Where
are you
you
going
living?
far? Why are you going far? Threat of murder is na me and you for this town. That you don't need to say
People say I will kill you.
threat of murder. Na me and you for this town.
Me and you for this town can
Chill.
mean a
You
number
see,
of things.
but that's a threat to murder. That's a
What's
threat
threat?
to murder.
It can mean
Because-
a number
but
of
did you
things.
go
You
forward?
just
Me and you in this
But
town.
now, chill.
Nobody. You
Can
have
I say
husband,
something?
You have a job.
Chill.
You have a house. It
But
can
did you
mean a
go-
whole-
Are you
a
okay?
whole
This
lot
one
of
is this
things.
all
What are you saying now?
You want
Go
to
ahead,
make
can I
you
do
don't
that?
say
You're not being realistic,
You
Sherry. You're not being
Why am I not being
realistic. You're not being
Yeah.
realistic.
See, the thing is, you
You're
guys
not
are not
being
being
realistic.
realistic. You know why you're not being
You have
realistic?
a wife. And you so materialistic.
realistic.
You will not
Because you are
have
attaching
a car.
sentiments to this
You don't have a laptop.
I didn't want to say
They're just being, the ladies are being sentimental, and Bright is supporting them. Well, it's not. I'm not saying it's bad, but I mean, come on, we should be more objective about this and don't just punish someone just because you want to crucify the person and then he has done something, a lesser crime, and you want to give him a capital punishment. Now that's what I won't subscribe to.
Can you
Are you
guys
not selling the car?
can you guys just chill? I'm trying to establish a point. Threat of murder. Now me and you for this town. Now,
You
the
will
only
see.
place you will not call it
Even
a
you
threat.
will see.
Chill. The only place you will not call it a threat to murder that is if you were specific. As in you went forward with your now me and you for this town I go. As in that thing where you that car where you define. You know you were specific. Now you know that okay there is you're concentrating on one place, but you just go. You will see. Me and you for this town. Blankets. It can be interpreted anyway.
Let me not even go
but
far.
then again,
Let's say set of this thing.
point,
A guy, a
you
girl,
agree it can be
she's
interpreted
traveling.
chill now. But the
She's
point, chill. Listen. But the point is that the
What
point
resilience
is
you
that.
cross?
Can I say this?
Let's
The point is
listen.
that the first thing that would happen
saying now?
is the motive that they will search.
Like,
Do you understand? As in the motive of why you said na me and you for this town.
okay, to be searched out.
Yeah, they'll search out. You all can't you see? I've seen where they told us na me and you for this town, and police invited the person, write a statement that whatever happens to this person.
thing.
Well, Shei's view, as far as I'm concerned, he's just trying to be mild about the whole issue. He's just trying to look at it from a lighter view. That's what I feel. I may be wrong, I could be wrong, but that's the way I see it. He's just trying to, will I say, pamper the offender.
I really don't agree with Sheyi with most of the points he made, because he said rape, he was even putting there's something called rape, there's something called take advantage of, which I've never, yes, there's something called take advantage of, you understand? But he is saying that if you know, the main word he is saying is that if a girl does not, you know, forcefully, you know, fight with a guy or probably give the guy a mark on his body or something maybe on his body, that means it's not rape. To me, that doesn't make any sense to me.
What are you not saying?
Let's not even go far. Let's say a girl takes a cab.
What are you not
A girl
saying?
takes a cab with three guys. You understand? And then the next thing
So
they drive into the bush. Tell me what resistance a girl goes to with three guys.
And you just diverted.
And they diverted into the bush. How will she resist three guys?
The second,
Because you're saying that she must prove that she resisted. How is she going to prove? How is she going to resist three
Hear what you
guys?
said.
Three guys.
Yes.
3 guys.
You always say
No reasonable person can put up
giving
a resistance against 3 guys.
you're giving long.
Let's
long
say, but you guys, don't worry,
You
one
know,
guy.
you
This
know
thing
the
can happen with
reasonability test now.
Wait, let's not three guys, one guy.
No reasonable girl will
You
say
don't
she
even
wants
need
to
to
stand
say
up
three
against
guys.
3
You
guys.
don't need to say three guys.
What
One
is one
guy.
guy?
Pin
Eh?
the
One
guy.
guy.
Nothing will
Why can't you stand
happen.
up against one guy?
Oh,
Hey.
you can start with one guy.
Shay,
Shay,
comfort
Shay,
can
what
stand
you're
up
just
against
saying
Can I stand
doesn't
against you, Shay?
Comfort can
honestly
stand
Can I
against
stand up against you?
Only me.
Yes,
Yes.
only you and only
Eh,
me.
only me.
Can-
Only